Hey viewers, 2Fortis here, and in this video I want to recap the events that happened in the second provisionals of My Hero Academia collectible card game that I just entered. So in that tournament, I was playing the character of Uraraka, and I had a lot of fun. The tournament was 8 rounds. I ended up in 20th place. My record was 5 wins, 1 loss, and 2 draws. So I felt like I did pretty good. Just for the record, my last game I was 4 wins, and my last opponent did drop because he did the math, or they did the math, and they figured out that there was no way that we could make the top 16 to go on to the second day. So they dropped, and so I did get an automatic win there, which probably potentially might have lost that game, but on the official record I did win, so I did get 20th place. Some of the things that I wanted to accomplish in the game was to not forget some of my triggers, and for the most part I did that. One of the triggers that I did not want to forget was when playing my character, I am able to pick up attacks that go through and deal damage, but I always forget to get +2 to the next check, so I was able to do all of that every single time. The other thing I always forget to do is when I check Specialist of Sound, I can respond by revealing the top card of the deck, so I can see what card it is, if it's an attack card or a foundation, or what check I'm going to get, which then potentially lets me do an enhance with Destined for Mainstream, potentially picking up that attack for the bad check, or continuing my attack string, or I can also latent skill, potentially picking up those bad checks as well. So that was one of my anti-Jiro cards, because I knew that Jiro was going to be pretty high up there in the field. I believe they ended up with 33 Jiros, which was the most played character. And interesting enough, the second most played character was Uraraka 2, which was the character I was playing. So that was kind of interesting. There was one mistake on my side that I definitely made, and that definitely could have cost me my one loss that I did have was against a Toru. And for one thing, I just really didn't understand what Toru does, because I've never played against her. But the main thing on me that I can prevent, or I could have prevented, was on game 1, my opponent won the dice roll off, so I was going second, which was fine, but I forgot to draw my extra card. And on that game, I was able to get my opponent down to 1 health, and I had to check better than a 3, and I checked the 3. So potentially on that first turn, if I don't remember how many foundations I played on that first turn, but I might have been able to play 1 extra foundation, which would have given me that check and possibly won me that game. On the second game, on my play, I definitely lost. Toru is very hard to play against. You definitely need to be blocking her attacks either partially or fully, so that she is not responding to have you lose a foundation, debuilding yourself. Kind of plays almost like a Shigaraki, but you can partial block. So that was kind of interesting. My two ties were against Jiro and an All Might 3, so I'm pretty happy about that. I did have my anti-Jiro deck cards with Latent Skill and Destined for Mainstream Success. Being on webcam, I am able to see the cards that she puts on top of my deck, so I can get rid of those bad checks or draw. So possibly one of the mistakes, I'm not sure if it was a mistake, but Jiro did put on one time, she put an attack, the bad check on top, and a foundation next, and I knew I was going to block that. I could have potentially have latent skilled. I did have the block. I don't remember what block zones were the next two cards, and I had only two cards in my hand. So I think that would have been an even trade there, because then I still have the latent skill active for my next turn on the attack, and that did not kill me. Interesting plays there. The other thing I wanted to make sure that I did was to commit Amphibious first, so that if I did damage and return cards to my hand, then I can re-ready Amphibious. So I remembered all the things mainly that I did want to do. The biggest mistake again was probably just not drawing the extra card on the draw turn. But overall, I had a really good time. In the end, it was a Denki Kaminari winning the tournament overall, and they were playing a Jiro player, and they were basically playing all the cards that I was playing for the most part. They were playing Zero Gravity Lift, or the Denki player, Kaminari player was playing the Zero Gravity Lift, which I was definitely playing, along with, I believe they were playing the other card that I added in Electric Jolt, and the Indiscriminate Shock 1.3 volts. So both, I believe both, or definitely the Jiro player was playing Specialized Sound Waves, which is the 2-check, and I was debating if I wanted to put that card in or not, and because of the 2-check, I decided to cut that card. So maybe I should put one in, maybe two, but I definitely would think about possibly putting that in. I'm still really unsure about that card. It sounds like most players play around the 2-check, so your builds are 2-1-0, hopefully. And with the 5-card hand, I think it's definitely going to be a lot harder to do that 2-1-0 build. And so if you're going second, you have potential to pass that check because your character is not committed. But I think you still want to build 2-1-0, and I don't always get 2-1-0 on my in my deck, so I would have to maybe change that around a bit. Also, if I was playing the Jiro, I did have 2 short circuits, which is basically useless against Jiro. And so I would also, here's the short circuit. So on my side, I sideboarded into 2 Walklings, which I was running 0 of, but I do believe that both players were running a lot of Walklings in their deck. So there is that. I don't know, Walkling is a 4-check, so I would still have to think about my deck. But overall, I'm really happy. I avoided the major mistakes. I definitely might have played differently, potentially. But ultimately, I'm really happy with my record. Getting 20th place. And I mean, I was really playing a lot of the Kaminari cards. Of course, Kaminari has his own special build, so he's going to have his own special cards. But I was playing a lot of basically the Kaminari cards and his deck, and with my Uraraka too. So I did not face any erasers, so Aizawa. So I was kind of worried about the Aizawa match, and I was also worried about the Tokuyami and Nomu match, which I never played any of those characters. Actually, my characters that I played, so I played an Ida 2, a Jiro, a Shigaraki, an All Might 3, a Toru, which was really cool because I don't know how many people are running Toru right now. Not many people have Toru. A Froppy 1, a Ida 1, a Todoroki, and the final player, I did ask my final opponent what they were playing, and they were playing an All Might 3. So I do believe, actually, I didn't really have an answer for All Might 3. And in my All Might 3, I had the potential, I believe, to win. But I just didn't draw the gas on the last turn. And so it went to draw. So that's how my tournament went. Otherwise, I'm really happy about what happened. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what your thoughts are on the tournament. And we'll see you later. Bye.